So we're into the final in Miami, and it's that man again, Jannik Sinner, who came through his semi-final in straight sets against Sasha Zverev. And on the other side, no Carlos Alcaraz this time, but a young gun looking to get his first Masters victory. It is none other than the Czech, Jiri Lehecka. This is the final preview, so let's go through it. That's right, and if you haven't done so yet, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get stuck in to this final. What a tournament it's been. And on one side of the draw, slightly predictable, some may say. On the other side of the draw, well, we've had some new faces, and definitely it's been a breath of fresh air. Jiri Lehecka making this final of a Masters and playing some fantastic tennis in the process. But let's start from the last match that was just played, and it was Jannik Sinner versus Sasha Zverev. And what a match. Sasha Zverev played some incredible tennis in this, and some even saying he was maybe the better player. Well, the performance rating suggests it. It says 9.1 for Sasha Zverev and only 9 for Jannik Sinner. But Jannik Sinner still comes out with a straight sets victory. That's how crazy it is, and that's how difficult it is to try and beat Jannik Sinner at the moment on hard courts. He seems to be a bit of a master, but he did not win the Australian Open, and that was for Carlos Alcaraz this year. Novak Djokovic proved to be the factor that he couldn't get past, and he is not playing this tournament. Alcaraz out, and now Jannik Sinner, it looks like it's his to lose, but can anybody upset him? Zverev playing some top tennis, couldn't do it. And like it says here, another day, another straight sets masterclass from Jannik. 7th consecutive win over Sasha Zverev. 32 consecutive sets won at Masters 1000 events, extending his record for the most in history in this format. 16th consecutive wins at Masters events. 11th consecutive win. 22nd consecutive set won. And he's reached the Miami final in 4 out of his 5 main draw appearances. And there you go, 11th Masters final, 4th Miami final, 11th consecutive win in Miami. Won 33 out of his last 35 matches, and 1 win away from completing the Sunshine Double. No prisoners, the Punisher of tennis, Jannik Sinner. He's playing some incredible tennis. One thing that sort of stood out for me in this match against Zverev was he was sort of playing a little bit like the Djokovic style of tennis. And I don't know if anybody agrees with me. Opting to go down the middle quite a lot, forcing the issue for Sasha Zverev to try and hit some angles. And then as soon as he hit the angles, Jannik Sinner would then come to life and hit even craftier angles. It was just sort of waiting for Zverev to pull the trigger and then counter-punching in a devastating fashion. It was just a beautiful performance. There was only 1 break of serve in the whole match. That came for Jannik Sinner in that first set, and Sasha Zverev probably kicking himself because there weren't many breakpoint opportunities. He had the odd one here and there, but it was mainly Jannik Sinner who had the majority of them, and Zverev was unable to capitalize. Jannik Sinner just comes up with amazing shots on break points against his serve just to save those break points. One notable one was one where it looked like it was nearly at smash height, and he hits sort of a drive forehand topspin into the corner. Unbelievable, really. And like this says on Tennis Insights, Sinner steals the victory. The Sinner serve bot era continues with an incredible performance on serve to make up for less than the complete performance. It says in the last 4 games of the match, Sinner made 16 out of 16 first serves with incredible accuracy to the sidelines. And they're even showing it here. The first serve placements, just ridiculous accuracy, really. And you see there, 1 an ace into the corners, I mean, it's pretty much majority, isn't it? There's only 1 point lost. On the other side, maybe a few extra points lost, but this one on the deuce side, pretty ridiculous, to be honest. A serve of 9.4, which, I mean, it's going to be tough to beat that. And you can see here, last 4 games of the match, 9.7, 100% in, 6 aces, 27 centimeter accuracy. I don't know where they're pulling these numbers from, but it's brilliant. I love it. 45%, 45 centimeter accuracy overall. Apparently, 15 aces. Wild statistics from Jannik Sinner. And yeah, what he did to Zverev, despite Zverev being unbelievable himself. I mean, Zverev was hitting some incredible volleys, amazing forehand passing shots. The only thing he struggled in really was just a couple of big moments, and that's all it takes against Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner seems to have the mental side of the game dialed in, and that's what it takes to win the big matches. And now Jannik Sinner will have to face Jiri Lehecka in the final. It's a different type of player, somebody who, when he's in form, a very, very difficult player to play. And he was asked about it after the match. They said he's an incredible player, and he's shown this throughout his career. For sure, he's going to be more free than me, but I'll try to control whatever I can. And then the rest, we see how it goes. Yeah, it's definitely going to be like that. And I think that this one is super interesting because Jiri Lehecka, just a hard-hitting player as well. Good server, hard hitter, and Jannik Sinner is going to have to play that top level again. A few more stats for Sinner before we move over. And Jannik Sinner, since the Miami Open's inauguration in 1985, is the first player to claim 14 consecutive men's singles match wins at the Sunshine Double without conceding a set. And him and Sabalenka are the first 2 players to have reached the men's and women's at finals in the Sunshine Double without conceding a set for the first time. So there you go. Saba doing it on the women's side as well. And Jannik Sinner has taken the second fewest main draw appearances in history to reach 10 hardcourt Masters finals, 26, and only Agassi is ahead of him with 25. Got Federer, Sampras with 30, Djokovic with 31. But he meets Jiri Lehecka, and some people may have thought the other semi-final, oh, it's going to be close. Arthur Fils, he's playing the tennis of his life right now. Got absolutely destroyed. It was domination from Jiri Lehecka. What a performance from the Czech player. And I think it's fully deserved. What a performance this was. I didn't expect this. And I'll hold my hands up. I actually thought Arthur Fils was going to win this match. That shows what I know, doesn't it? Tennis, a very hard sport to predict. But if you look at his results throughout the tournament, you can see that he has been fairly dominant. Kouame, straight sets. Ethan Quinn, straight sets. Taylor Fritz in 3. Fritz did well. Landaluce in straight sets. And now Arthur Fils, straight sets. It has been a Lehecka dominant performance in most of the sets that he's been winning. And he is the first man to reach a Masters final without dropping serve since Novak Djokovic in Shanghai 2018. Wow. 8 years that's been going. And look at this from Jiri Lehecka as well. First serve points won in Miami so far. Look at this. A round of 64, 82% versus Kouame. Round of 32 versus Ethan Quinn, 81%. Wild. Then you see it drop to 75% versus Fritz, and he lost a set. So now the quarterfinal back up to 85%, wins in straight sets again. Arthur Fils, semi-final, 82%. It is something that Jannik Sinner is going to have to watch out for, because if he serves like this, can anybody stop him? It's going to come down to potentially tie breaks, and then it's about who holds their nerve. Jannik Sinner, he's one of the best, you have to say, when it comes to a tie break. So he'll fancy his chances no matter what. And obviously, he's had more big match experience in finals too. In Madrid 2024, while having the run of his life, highlighted by a win over Nadal, teary-eyed Lehecka had to retire from his first Masters semi-final with an injury. 2 years later, reaches his first Masters final in Miami. Yeah, it's great to see, and that just goes to show he's somebody of a very, very high caliber, and the level is in there to produce big performances. But who will win? And there is something on the line for both. The first Sunshine Double for Jannik Sinner, or a first Masters title for Jiri Lehecka. What's it going to be? Well, it's all going to come down to the serve, isn't it? That's what I personally think. Jannik Sinner's been serving brilliantly throughout the whole tournament. Jiri Lehecka, brilliantly as well. The main factor in this is, can you serve when the pressure's on? Can Jiri Lehecka still maintain that high level with the thought of winning a first Masters title? That is a big factor, surely, in this match. And I don't know if it's something that should be underestimated. If we look at their head-to-head, it's 3-love in favour of Jannik Sinner. They played once last year, but it was on clay, and it was dominant at Roland Garros. They've played twice on outdoor hardcourt. Fairly close sets, I'd say. But this is a different type of Lehecka, and it's definitely a different type of Jannik Sinner. I think the big match experience is the big outlier here. Lehecka is going to have to play lights out tennis to be able to beat Jannik Sinner here. Jannik Sinner, he's been there. He's done it. He's got the t-shirt. He's got the trophies. Can he get the Sunshine Double? I think he is going to get the Sunshine Double, but I'm actually going to say Lehecka takes a set in this one. Jannik Sinner doesn't win in straight sets. Lehecka, I think he might take the second set. First set a bit too nervy. Jannik Sinner takes it. Lehecka fights back, but then Sinner shows him who bosses in the third. So there you go. I'm going for Sinner in 3. Tell me your prediction in that comments section. Do you agree? Or do you think Jiri Lehecka, too much firepower, too good at serving, he's going to win his first Masters? I want to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't done so yet, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you later for more tennis action.